I was just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. Stand up for mine. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can get
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to UltimateDirtTV. Tonight on the program, it is the NMRH Pro Late Models here at the Knoxville Raceway, as Brett Wheeler joined alongside Alex Robinson. And tonight is double points night. And Alex, well, have you got yourself a water? You got yourself settled in, buddy? He is not.
I'm ready.
He's ready. All right. Tell you what we are ready for. We are ready for heat race number 1 to take to the racetrack here. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Derek Ogden driving the Ogden Motorsports 333 will start from pole position. To the outside of the front row, driving the 26 machine, that'll be Sage Luther, position number 2.
Starting in the third spot, it's Brian Gunderson in the 80 outside. Hood Up Motorsports 28, it's Blake Brown.
Row 3 inside will be the one of Thomas Vickers. He'll start from position number 5. And Brandon Freeberg drives the 171 from position number 6.
Starting in the 7th spot, it's the 13 of Travis St. Clair. To the outside, the 011 of Joey Reeder.
And your 5th and final row inside outside, the Ace Motorsports 02 of Nick Baum will start from position number 9. And the Hood Up Motorsports 23 of Matt George will start from position number 10. Alex, that is heat race number 1. We are looking at 3 heat races on the program. They'll consist of 8 laps, and the top 2 will go to the main event. Everybody else will have to come through the preliminary mains. I believe we had close to 30 drivers signed into the pit area here for this evening. And, well, as I said at the start of the show, double points on offer here tonight. And the points lead is, the points battle for the lead is very tight up front. I think Davin Cardwell leads the championship.
Actually, I could pull it up. No. Your current leader is sitting in this heat race here up by 4 points on Davin Cardwell. It's Travis St. Clair. So St. Clair coming in tonight as your points leader. Davin Cardwell in second by 4 points. Then you have Damian Kiefer, Sage Luther, and Paul Hollander, your top 5. Jesse Ennerkin, Troy Vaughn, Michael Kennedy, John Ruggiero Jr., and Jeffrey Baum, your top 10 points coming into the double points tonight. And we are green here in heat race number 1.
Derek Ogden will lead the field down into 1 and 2. He'll go right through the middle of the racetrack. Look at him, 2 and 3 deep already through the opening turn. Sage Luther now coming after Ogden. Battle on for 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 wide. St. Clair on the inside. A lot of drivers, Alex, starting to work the cushion. There you see Blake Brown on the 28 machine. Look out, he'll have some contact. And he's going to go around, but no cars coming behind him, so we'll stay green for the moment. Ogden runs a slide, and here comes Luther. Look at Ogden, the left front, really picking up down the back straight. A slide jump for the race lead by Sage Luther.
They're going after Derek Ogden there to take the race lead in that 26, but here comes the 3 of Derek Ogden now going to the inside of Luther. He's going to return the slide job for the lead. Here comes Travis St. Clair. He just threw a slide job on Thomas Vickers. That battle is for your 3rd spot back there, but the battle for the lead between Luther and Ogden. You see the battle for 3rd between Vickers and St. Clair. This track is racy tonight, Mr. Wheeler.
Yeah, it certainly is. Really looking forward to seeing how the rest of the night is going to play out. Right now, Luther on the outside, Ogden on the inside. Travis St. Clair has made his way from position number 7 up to position 3, and there's a reason why he's the points leader. Slide jump comes out from Ogden. Look out. Luther tries to cut back through the middle, but Travis St. Clair. St. Clair will lead. Lap number 4, halfway home, Alex. Look out. 1 car around. That's Ogden, who got clipped by Vickers. We stay green.
Next stays out right now as Travis St. Clair is your new leader. Sage Luther in second, but here comes that 171 of Brandon Freeberg. Now goes to the inside there. They're side by side. And Mr. Wheeler, I heard a lot of these guys were tweaking their setups from a race a little bit back ago that you got to produce. And I think it was called the Spring Fling. A lot of these guys bringing out their setups from there and just tweaking them up a little bit for this racetrack tonight.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that kind of race. Yeah, you weren't in the booth that one, were you? I think that was Jerry Vansicle and what's that other guy's name? I'm just trying to think of it. You know, Ben Shelton it was, Alex. Oh no, Brandon Freeberg around. There was big contact there with Vickers. You enjoyed the Spring Fling, didn't you, Alex?
We don't talk about it. I don't talk about it, neither does BJ Duvall, because he didn't have a fun spring fling either. But the white flag is out, and somebody who's having a fun race since he took the lead is your points leader, Travis St. Clair, who is your leader. Thomas Vickers, Sage Luther, Nick Baum right now is your top 4. You see Baum trying to go to the inside. Here we're going to make it 3 wide for your transfer spot. Sage Luther, Nick Baum, both go for a slide jump. They try and make some contact there. Travis St. Clair wins. Sage Luther comes home in second.
Oh, what a way to open up the heat race. What a way to open up the night, Alex. We Some great racing up front for the transfer spots as well, but heat race number 1 is complete. We'll wait for the official timing and scoring to come up on your screen as heat race number 1 is done. Heat number 2, the cars will get sent to take to pit road behind the iRacing.com page truck, but heat 1 results on screens. Travis St. Clair and Sage Luther will be the top 2 that'll go straight through. Everybody else left to come from the B main. That'll be Nick Baum, Thomas Vickers, Joey Reeder, Matt George, Brian Gunderson, Derek Ogden, Brandon Freeberg, and Blake Brown as heat number 2, Alex, rolls onto the racetrack.
And starting on the pole, it's the 8 machine of Jason Moore to the outside, the 56. That's Tyler Schaefer.
Davin Carr will roll off out of position number 3. These outside will be Jeff Helton out of position number 4.
RT Scooter Black, he starts 5th in the 5 machine to the outside. It is the 77. That's Robert Fletcher.
Hunter Parsons will drive the 000 machine from position number 7, and Paul Hollander lines up from position number 8.
Starting in the 9th spot, it's VLR's Jay Place, and to the outside, D1RT, it's Jerry Flippo.
There we go. That is your 10 cars for heat race number 2. So I was actually just talking to a racetrack regarding an event next season already. The things we can do when multitasking, Alex.
Yep. Have you looked? Your best friends are in the comment box. You know, our informant. I'm going to call him our informant. Tony has been a great informant for me. He let me know when Blake Majulis wasn't in attendance, so we might have to keep him in our minds here of an informant for us. But Damian Kiefer and the past Mario Perez are back in the comments here yet again.
Well, Alex, I think it's safe to say that they're here for you, buddy. They're here for you.
No, I think they're here for you, Mr. Wheeler. They haven't heard your voice in a while. I think they're here.
What do you mean? They would have heard my voice last week and yesterday.
They like you more than me. That's all I know.
Well, I mean,
you're the boss. You're the boss. You act like I work here. I just show up and talk.
You're the boss. You act like I work here. What? Alex, do you want to repeat that? You want to repeat that for me?
You're the boss.
You act like I work here.
I don't work here. You act like I'm employed. I'm not employed. I just show up here.
You're employed, fool.
Is that what we call it? Well, apparently. See, Mario Perez is here for you. Ha! You can deal with him if he ever makes the podium.
I'll deal with him. I'll deal with anybody that gets put in front of me. Green flag is out. Jason Moore will lead the field down into 1 and 2. Davin Carbell runs the slider line looking for the race leader. Jason Moore has it at the moment. Now keep an eye on Tyler Schaefer in the 56. He's on the outside looking in. Keep an eye on Jerry Flippo as well, Alex, in that 13 machine. You can't miss it, along with Scooter Black as well. A couple of D1RT drivers trying to come from the rear of the field. Meanwhile, we've got a new race leader, and that happens to be Davin Carbell.
Cardwell, and if you look at that paint scheme, I busted jokes on him when he pulled in the pits. I said, "What do you think you are, Brandon Shepard?" Now, as I guess that Valvoline car now has a 70 on it here. So I wonder, does he think it's the winning ways now if he's going to transfer into the Brandon Shepard form of iRacing and take it to victory lane?
Well, who knows? He's doing the right things at the moment in heat race number 2. Jason Moore runs 2nd, Tyler Schaefer 3rd, Jay Place in 4th. Jerry Flippo will now go for the slide jump, slide into position 4. Jay Place turns it underneath. Now back to 4th goes Jay Place. Now here comes Robert Fletcher trying to take over position number 5. Look at Jerry Flippo. You got company, and then Scooter. That's Jeff Helton, and then Scooter Black. But the battle is on for 5 and 6 between Fletcher and Flippo.
Jerry Flippo right now goes to the inside. Slide job there on Robert Fletcher. You see Jay Place now. He moves up into that 3rd spot there for that VLR ride. So again, this track is very racy here. Slide job by Fletcher on Flippo there. There's Jay Place now coming after Jason Moore in that 8 machine. He holds on to that 2nd and final spot into your feature event. And we see 3 wide behind him there. That is your battle for 4th between Tyler Schaefer, Robert Fletcher, Jerry Flippo. They went 3 wide there, but the battle for the transfer spot is on with 3 to run.
Now Jay Place, oh look out, there goes Schaefer. He got into the side of Jason Moore. That'll leave Fletcher and Flippo an opportunity. They will now move to positions 3 and 4. 2 to run for your race leader, Davin Carbell. He's gone back catfishing. He's got the bait downstairs in 3 and 4. He'll go back up and try and sell some T-shirts in turns 1 and 2 as we go past the Dingus and past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, along with the Ryan Clausen Sweet Tower Alex Wondergo. This time by for your race leader of Davin Carbell.
machine of Davin Cardwell. He's looked good since the start of this heat race, and he is taking one more time around this racetrack, and he will start on row number 1 of this feature event. He comes to that wall there, and again, running the high side, and then he will go, let's see where he decides to go. He'll go back down to the bottom through 3 and 4. The 70 machine of Davin Cardwell wins heat race number 2. Jay Place going to come home in the 2nd spot.
I think Jay Place is trying to knock down that camera on the front stretch. Just saying. You see the way he come out of turn number 4 there. I tell you what, we're gonna do something a little different here. We're gonna we don't normally do it with other races other than World of Thunder on Sunday nights, but we're gonna chat to our winner here in just a second. Let's go through Heat 2 results. Davin Cardwell, Jay Place, the top 2 that'll go through. Fletcher, Flippo, Helton, your top 5 more. Schaefer, Black, Parsons, and Hollander, the 10 cars. And I think Parsons and Hollander didn't make it to the racetrack, but John Ruggiero Jr. will drive at the 44 from position number 1. Devin Nelson lines up at a position number 2.
Zero machine for Ryco Motorsports. It's Damian Kiefer. Will start 3rd. To the outside, it's Devin Cope in the 74.
Ethan Toda will start from position number 5, and Michael Wooden lines up at a position number 6.
Jesse Enterkin for Hunt the Front, I can speak. He will start 7th. To the outside, it's Chase Hardy.
And Troy Vaughan will start position number 9, and Michael Kennedy lines up out of position number 10. Where did that little log go? He's gone. Well, I was going to bring him in. Oh, well, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. How about we chat to the guy that came home in second spot, heat race number 2, Jay? Well, you are bit of trash talking going on down in the pits earlier, and you find yourself in the show. You feeling comfortable?
Yeah, we got a little bit of an outdated setup on here, so we're just tweaking as we go and trying to find that little bit of speed that Devin has on us. So, I mean, it showed that we got it a lot better than the heat race. Came from 9th to 2nd, so I think we might have something for the future here.
Do you take anything from the spring fling just a couple of weeks ago and sort of apply it to here tonight, or is it new track, new surface?
I'm just taking it as a new track, new surface. Just trying to basically just taking the rust off of this setup here. She seems really fast. 80 laps tonight. I guess we could go spring fling and just take some fuel out, but it's never fun when you can't work on a setup. So I think we have a fast piece tonight. We're just going to tweak it out and get it quicker.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
There we go. Jay Plays green flag. Heat race number 3. The final heat race of the night. John Ruggiero Jr. leads. Damien Kiefer, Ethan Toda, and Jesse Endigan. Alex, not a bad top 4, I'd got to say.
And you look at, oh boy, cars around. Ethan Toder involved. Ethan Toder and Troy Vaughan in some trouble there. There's Michael Kennedy. And you look at this heat race here. You have 4 cars in the top 10 in points. And that's John Ruggiero Jr., Damian Kiefer, Jesse Enterkin, and Michael Kennedy. Right now, Ruggiero Jr. and Kiefer hold on to transfer spots. Enterkin, the odd man out right now, and Kennedy back in 5th. So keep an eye. These are for some valuable points as well here in heat race number 3.
Yeah, I tell you what, this battle for the race lead is certainly going to be one to watch as Ruggiero Jr. runs a slider line down into 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Kiefer, he stays low. He doesn't want to get the virtual clay in that hair of his. He knows that it's taking him a long time to get that hair nice and slick, and just like the track is getting, it's a little bit slick at the moment, Alex, but these drivers have still got some moisture to right up against the cushion.
I heard slick, and I thought right of Jerry Vance going his hair grease, but wrong thing there as John Ruggiero Jr. He is out in front. Damian Kiefer, though, right to the inside he goes. The zero machine of Kiefer going to slide. Job for the lead. Ruggiero Jr. goes underneath, and here we go. This battle for the lead is on with 4 to run. Ruggiero Jr. goes back to the inside here. He's going to return the favor once more, and here we go. The battle for the lead is getting on.
Yeah, Damien Kiefer will lead at the start-finish line. Just has him by, well, he's got him by a full car length now. There goes Kiefer. Slides up into turn number 1 and 2. Got to wonder, does he protect the line down into 3 and 4? No, he'll go mid-track and slide it to the cushion. Ruggiero Jr. will do the exact same thing. Alex, a mile to run. 2 laps left to run here in the final heat race of the night. This will line up positions 3 and 6 in tonight's feature event. So no matter if these drivers finish top 2, they're going to be inside the first 3 rows.
is valuable here for those two with Jesse Ennerkin. There's Chase Hardy making his season debut here tonight at Knoxville, but the battle for the lead is on. White flag in the air for Damian Kiefer.
Well, Kiefer rides a cushion once again through turns 1 and 2. Back straight away for your final time. Heat race number 3 of the NMRH Pro Late Models here at the Knoxville Raceway. Double points on offer here tonight. Checkered flag is out, and Damian Kiefer will win heat race number 3. I'll chat to him here in just a few moments. We'll give him an opportunity to get out of the virtual race car. John Ruggiero Jr. home in second. Jesse Enterkin third. Chase Hardy, Michael Kennedy. And we'll go back to Devin Cope as we take a look at heat race number 3 results here in just a few moments' time. And I believe we are going to be looking at probably either 8 or 9 transfer cars from the B mains. Here it is, Kiefer Ruggiero, officially your top 2. Enterkin, Hardy, Kennedy, your top 5. Cope, Nelson, Wooden, Vaughan, and Toda. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. It'll be 12 laps and top 8. We'll go through. Alex, starting from pole position, it will be Nick Palmer, to his outside, Jesse Enterkin.
Row number 2, it's Jerry Flippo in the 13 to the outside, the 11 of Joey Reeder.
And you go to Michael Kennedy, position 5, and Jason Moore lines up position number 6.
In the 7th spot, it's Brian Gunderson to the outside, the 6 of Devin Nelson.
Scooter Black will start position number 9. Brandon Freeberg will start position number 10.
Starting in the 11th spot, it's Troy Vaughn to the outside, the 08. It's Paul Hollander.
This is Counter-Strike Local Offensive. The game is called iRacing. Jason, go to iRacing.com. Okay, Alex, you want to chat to Pretty Boy?
Sure, why not?
Alright, here he is. Some clowns just joined us.
As it's the heat race number 3 winner, the 0 of Damian Kiefer, and talk about the instant classic you put on with John Ruggiero Jr. And now, a lot of points in the line. You missed last week. You lost the points lead coming into double points night here. How's it feel to start on that second row?
Oh, it feels pretty good there. I didn't know if I was going to be better than Ruggiero there or not. Just kind of winging it right now on my setup. Felt good, though. Really don't know what I'm going to do here in the future, but I hope we can get the win here and just get up front early and lead the rest of the race from there.
We look down in the pits early right when the trailers are pulling in. We see that you parked next to Jay Place, Davin Cardwell. Is there some trash talking going on between the three of you getting ready for the feature?
Oh, 100%. I mean, we're going to give each other love and hold each other's hands the whole way, but we're also going to talk crap. I mean, that's just what it's all about.
That is your heat race number 3 winner, Damian Kiefer. And before you leave, Mario Perez is a little upset you didn't give him a shout out.
Oh, I love Mario. That's my he's actually my dad. I have like 6 dads of iRacing. Alex is actually one of them too, but Mario is mainly the best dad.
Where's Luigi?
Luigi is right next to me actually.
Oh.
It's our baby teddy bear that we got.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, hey, look, we'll let you get. We're going to move you out of here. We're going green, Alex. 12 laps of distance in B main at number 1.
Jesse Ennerkin out in front now, but you see Nick Baum goes to the inside here. That battle is for your lead. Nick Baum, Jesse Ennerkin going side-by-side. Slide job for Nick Baum there. Here comes Jerry Flippo now. Flippo in the 13. There's Michael Kennedy as well. And again now, if you're Kennedy, if you're Ennerkin, you're in the top 10 in points right now, so you need to make this feature event on double points night here, or this can cost you a top 10.
Yeah, and might even cost you even a championship if you think about it later on in the season, as the points battle will certainly heat up for the sort of top 3, top 5, as we are yellow for the first time this evening, as I believe the caution might be for Troy Vaughan in the 357 machine. Let's get it off that one because I really don't feel like talking in slow motion. 3 wide, Scooter Black, and no, there we go, Scooter Black and Troy Vaughan coming together, and Troy Vaughan, no, we're good. It's good, Alex. Never mind, he saved it. You know what that reminded me of when he was like tipping over? Seen Family Guy? As Cleveland, no.
Yes.
That's what it reminded me of. Just Family Guy. Quality show.
Brett Wheeler, I'm looking down in the pits, and there's a familiar face I see walking back and forth between those three trailers. And I wonder why he's not in the pits with his own trailer tonight. That's Kenneth Payne. I see him down there with Jay Plays, Damian Kiefer right now. So I wonder why his car is not in action here tonight.
Well, I tell you what. You know what? Let's bring him in. I'll let you talk to him. I'll let you ask him why. Hang on. Yeah, no, we've still got a lap to go. Go ask him, Alex.
So here's Kenneth Payne. We get to have a word. Oh, he left me.
Oh, okay. No worries. Good chat, Kenneth. Good chat.
Great chat. Try and get the poor man some airtime, and he ditches us before we even get to him.
Yeah, well, I guess put the spotlight on them and they go all shy. Here's what it is, Alex. We'll get going in B main at number 1. Again, the top 8 will go through to the main event. This will line up, of course, the inside starting rows in tonight's 80-lap feature event. Again, double points on offer here tonight. Jesse Enterkin opted to start on the outside groove, and well, he's got that number 1, the Hunter front number 1, down into turn number 1 and 2. Joey Flippo runs in second. Canadian runs in third. Look at Joey Reeder trying to work the bottom side on Nick Baum. And now look 3 wide as here comes Brandon Freeberg to the inside.
Brandon Freeberg in the 171 machine on the bottom side. It looks like Paul Hollander are going to follow suit there as a car's going top, bottom, even a slider line because Flippo going to pull a slide job on Jesse Enterkin. Enterkin goes to the inside here. This battle is for your lead. The 13 of Jerry Flippo, the 1 of Jesse Enterkin. 2 real-life drivers in their own right. Jerry Flippo, a modified driver out in California. Jesse Enterkin, everyone knows them at Hunt the front, and they're going at it here for your race lead.
Yeah, good slide job. Good battle on for the race lead. 8 laps in, 4 to run. Enterkin back down to the low side. Down into turn number 3. Will he pull the slide job? Yes, he will. The trigger is pulled. He's shut out of a cannon into 3. Goes up to the top, but here comes Jerry Flippo. The crossover. Flippo's going to lead there down into turn number 1. Oh, look at the contact. They're both going to... Well, Jerry Flippo. Oh, there was contact into 1. And Nick Baum and Michael Canady says, thank you very much. And Nick Baum is going to go from 4th into the race lead in the space of less than an entire lap with 2 to run, Alex.
There is Nick Baum now. Here comes Enterkin to the inside. You know what's coming next. It's a slide job for the race lead. Once more, Nick Baum going to go to the inside, but watch out because there's Canady. There's Jerry Flippo as well. Those 2 sitting, and here goes Flippo down to the inside of Canady while slide job by Nick Baum on Enterkin here. So again, racy front half of the groups here. Battle for the lead. The battle for third as the white flag is in the air.
Yeah, 1 to run here in B main number 1. Enterkin slides up. Here comes Nick Baum to the inside. There goes. You see down at the bottom right of your screen, Flippo putting the moves on. Michael Canady into 1. Into 3 we go. Out of turn number 4. Who is it going to be? Nick Baum. Jesse Enterkin at the line. Looks like Enterkin going to hold on for a victory in B main number 1. Everybody else. Oh, well, I'll go through the grids, but your top 8 will go through. Everybody else from 9th on back will find themselves packing it up and watching from the grandstands or watching from the comfort of their own home as Enterkin wins by 0.031 of a second. Alex, that's our 3rd race this week that I have seen less than a 10th of a second as they come to the start-finish line.
Look, my heart cannot take these finishes every single race. We saw it on Sunday. We see it again tonight. But here we go. LCQ number 2 is on the board. And here we go. Starting on the pole. It's a 77 of Robert Fletcher to the outside. The 1 of Thomas Vickers.
Chase Hardy will drive the 116 from position number 3. And Jeff Helton will start the 66 from position number 4.
George in the 23 will start 5th for Hood Up Motorsports to the outside. It's Devin Cope in the 074.
Tyler Schaefer will pilot the 56 from position at number 7. And Derek Ogden drives the Ogden Motorsports. Number 3 will start 8.
Michael Wooden will start in the 9th spot to the outside. It is the 000 of Hunter Parsons.
And your 6th and final row, Blake Brown drives the 28 for Hood Up Motorsports from position number 11. And Ethan Toto will pilot from position number 12. Alex will see the, again, top 8 go through. It looks like everybody has made it onto the racetrack. So 2/3 of the field rolling around at the moment. They're going to find themselves doing an extra 80 laps after tonight. And there's still a fair bit of racing to go. Alex, when you look at the racetrack, you think 80 laps, well, you hope that the track is going to get a reset, right?
You would hope, but guess what? I heard from race control a little earlier tonight that they were not planning on reworking this track, so I don't know, Mr. Wheeler. This should be an interesting night.
80 laps pro late models. Maybe could have done 50. I think 80 is a bit too much.
All I know, the cream will rise to the top in that feature event, but who will punch their last 8 tickets into the feature event? Green flag is out here for LCQ number 2.
And it'll be Robert Fletcher leading from Chase Hardy. Hardy runs in the 116 in second spot as we are already under the yellow flag conditions. As we're looking at probably Derek Ogden here and Hunter Parsons, the 2 culprits involved in this one. So the 3 and the 0. I'm guessing 0 gets into him here. He does. This looks like Vickers as well in the 1. Also had some dramas, and Ogden goes upside down. Parsons went upside down, but he got it back rolling on all fours. And, well, unfortunately, it's just the way that the cookie crumbles, Alex.
You know, the one thing that I'm enjoying tonight, you were here for a little bit of a pit walk. Well, for you, it was a pit.
Yeah, good joke, Alex. Good joke.
Sorry. For you, it was a pit roll. For me, it was a pit walk. But there was a lot of trash talking coming into double points tonight. You had Jay Place, Damian Kiefer, those two busting some jokes at each other. You had Ethan Toder and Chase Hardy pulling the pits. They were shooting right from the hip right away, saying that they were going to knock off Damian Kiefer, Davin Cardwell here, and put a little knot in the points race here. But both of them were in this LCQ.
Well, I mean, insane that in defending that, Alex. Only the top 2 from the 3 heats went on, so it does all come back down to, you know, where you start and how you race through your heat.
You know what the best thing is? I really like it. We might have to talk to a few more people about this, but I really like the random draw in heat races here. No qualifying. So you heard Damian Kiefer. We got to talk to him a little bit earlier. He said he always starts mid-pack to the back. He never gets to start up front. But we love it because it adds more competition. It shows who can drive here, as you have to pass some cars, especially with the top 2, or you'll be ending up in one of these LCQs.
Well, there'll be a lot of passing going on later on this evening, and we're certainly looking forward to the double points night again. 80 laps of distance for the feature event, but before we even get there, we've got to close out our last chance showdown, the qualifier, B main number 2. And lock in 8 final drives, and these drives will have, I think I've been told they've been given about a 4 or 5 minute warm-up session, although I'd probably only give them a 2-minute warm-up session, considering that the track is pretty baked right now.
It'll be a 2 minute, so right when this checkered flag goes in this LCQ, they will give the 2-minute horn in the virtual pits. That will give them their warning of how much time they have to get these cars ready and get them on the track for your feature event. But the green flag is back out here. 8 cars will punch their ticket to the feature event. Everyone else will go home here tonight. Robert Fletcher in that 77 leads us into turn 1 and 2. Out of it goes. The 116, Chase Hardy, though, he gets into second. There's Devin Cope. There's Jeff Helton. And here we go. Look at these battles all going on. Your final transfer spot is Hunter Parsons right now.
Yeah, look at Thomas Vickers there in the 1 machine, working the inside line down into 1 and 2. Look to slide up. Gets by Matt George in the 23. Hunter Parsons now. There goes another one. Thomas Vickers. Who's in that other one? Is that Ethan Toder? That's Ethan Toder. You're watching that the first of the ones. He's got the 29 on the front and then the 1 on the side. So look at Toder. Again, works the inside line. Toder, probably haven't seen too much of him just focusing on the real world kind of racing stuff, Alex.
A lot of drivers now this summer have been doing that as well, but they've also been trying their best to get in these servers and run their tracks. As Ethan Toder right now trying to make his feature here on his season debut. He's in a 4 spot right now. Hunter Parsons, as you see, some of these cars are a little beat up. As Parsons hits the wall, here comes Thomas Vickers.
Well, Vickers again works down to the inside on Hunter Parsons. Out down into 3 and 4. A lot of good racing going on throughout the field as we continue to see multiple crews here in B main number 2. 3 laps left to run. Parsons now going to dive down to the inside, down into 1 and 2, looking to get by Thomas Vickers and just give himself another insurance position in tonight's main event. Vickers and Parsons to make a little contact down the back straight, and here comes Parsons with a slight job back on Vickers for position number 6.
Vickers in that 7th spot. Hunter Parsons into the wall as now this is going to be a battle for your train. Oh.
Uh-oh. Shaggy? What happened?
I got nothing there. That was, oh boy, white flags in the air, so people are going to.
Okay. Well, I thought the yellow was out. I actually wasn't even paying attention.
White flag was out, so it'll be checkered flag in the air here.
Here they come. Yay. See, look at that. The camera still works.
Robert Fletcher, Chase Hardy, Ethan Toner, Jeff Helton, Davin Culp, Matt George, Blake Brown, Tyler Schaefer make it onto the show. Wooden going to be the first odd man out, followed by Hunter Parsons, Thomas Vickers. But just, oh. Now, Mr. Wheeler, actually, give everyone, you were going back to that UltimateDirtTV instant replay. Oh, man, it got dark real quick. Yeah. But go back to UltimateDirtTV instant replay.
Can't do it now.
Oh, darn it. Yeah, that's right.
Session's rolled over. Can't do it. So your top 8, Fletcher, Hardy, Toda, Helton, Cope, George, Brown, and Schaefer. Unfortunately for Wooden, Vickers, Ogden, and Parsons, well, it's time for those drivers to pack it up and get ready for next week. I believe it'll be week number 5, maybe, but there is, well, it's a 6-minute warm-up session, Alex, and I think what better way than to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt to come back, pay a couple of bills, and of course we'll talk to the chat and interact with the chat and see what their thoughts are going forward in this one. We'll take a quick break. On the other side of this, your main event, the NMRH Pro Late Models here at the Knoxville Raceway.
And we are back here, ladies and gentlemen, on Ultimate Dirt TV for the NMRH. It is Knoxville, double points night, but you saw on that commercial, World of Outlaw, Morton building super late models, and coming up July 6th through the 7th, the Stand United We Stand American Dirt Nationals will be happening July 6th through the 7th, $1,500 to win, $60 to start. You can sign up at worldofthunderesports.com/United We Stand. Again, $1,500 to win that feature event that is coming up, and it will be the Morton Building World of Outlaw iRacing late models on the track for that one. The track still to be determined. Keep an eye out on Ultimate Dirt TV. We will have a few more test and tunes. But Brett Wheeler, there's some great racing coming up on Dirt Vision there, as you saw. You know, they're at Circle City this coming week for the late models. And Plymouth. They're at Plymouth as well for the late models, so that'll be two great races on Dirt Vision. You can also watch the Sprint Cars. They're in action this week at River City. Also, you know who works at Houston Speedway who will be on Dirt Vision?
Sean Neistat.
Sean Neistat. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed Sean Neistat here on Ultimate Dirt TV, get yourself a Dirt Vision membership, and you can tune in and listen to Sean Neistat every week at Houston Speedway. They are racing June 6th. And that will be a great one. But here we go. Feature time. It's on. And starting in the 22nd spot, it's the 56 of Tyler Schaefer. To the inside, the 21st starting spot, the 011 of Joey Reeder.
Blake Brown roll off at a position number 20. Paul Hollander lines up at a position number 19.
Starting in the 18th spot, Hood Up Motorsport, Matt George. To the inside, it's the 8 of Jason Moore.
Then we go to row 8. Devin Cope lines up position number 16. He's inside the 171 of Brandon Freeberg, position number 15.
Starting in the 14th spot, it's Jeff Helton in the 66. And 13th, the 98, it's Michael Kennedy.
Ethan Total will roll off at a position number 12 when he's inside for D1RT Racing. It's the 13 of Jerry Filippo.
Starting in the 116, will start 10th. To the inside, Ace Motorsports 02, it's Nick Baum.
Robert Fletcher for Full Throttle Performance drives the 77 from position number 8. Position number 7, driving the Hunt the front. Number 1 F, it's Jesse Enterkin.
Starting in the 6th spot, D1RT 44, it's John Ruggiero Jr. To the inside, VLR 16, it's Jay Place.
Sage Luther will pilot car number 26 from position number 4. On his inside, he pilots the Zero Machine from position number 3. Your heat number 3 winner, that's Damien Kiefer.
Your front row, starting in the 2nd spot, the 70 Machine, it's Davin Cardwell. And to the inside, Rocket Esports, the 13 of Travis St. Clair. Man, oh man, Wheeler, I see a lot of people saying about pick your top 3 for tonight's action. Who is your top 3?
Are we going 1, 2, and 3, or are we going like a box trifecta? Are we picking them? How are we doing this one?
You know what? We'll change it up. We always go 1, 2, 3, but I like the box trifecta. You pick first.
Kiefer Ruggiero Place.
Ooh. You know what? I like your Kiefer pick. I'm going to take your Kiefer pick as well, but I'm also going to take Travis St. Clair gets his first podium here, and Jesse Enterkin from the 7th spot will get a podium. But ladies and gentlemen, pace truck is in. 80 laps. It's double points night, and the green flag is out for your A main event.
Well, it is your points leader leading us off down into turn number 1 and 2. That is Travis St. Clair. Look out, Damien Kiefer got a whole lot of tightness in that race car. 3, nearly 4 wide down the back straightaway. Gentlemen, this is lap number 1, and we are yellow. Oh my, lap 1, and Alex, we go 4 wide down the back straightaway.
We're getting feisty here. There's 80 laps on the board, and we're getting feisty on lap 1, but here's your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Oh boy, it looks like we got bunched up a little bit here on the initial start. There is Jason Moore. Moore going to get to the back of Brandon Freeberg, and he's going to get a little sideways there. So the 8 Machine gets sideways, caution flag waves. That is your first Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay of your A main event.
Wow, there we go. As quickly as we got off underway, well, we go back very quickly to the yellow flag. Now, you said that the points lead, Alex, the battle for the championship. You had Travis St. Clair, Davin Cardwell, Damien Kiefer, your top 3, correct?
Yep,
Davin Cardwell's out.
I see that.
Travis St. Clair, Damien Keeper running first and third. You know what? I'm still going to take Keeper. Keeper, Ruggiero in place. That's my top three. That's what I'm going with. And you know what? I'm going to go, and I'm even going to go one further. I'm actually going to pick him as to go Kiefer, Place, and Ruggiero 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow.
Wow. But you know what? That's an interesting one because you didn't, after the heat race, you didn't really see Davin Cardwell anywhere. So I don't know what happened with that 70 machine, but Davin Cardwell just up and disappeared out of the pit. You didn't see him. So maybe some problem. Maybe he ran away with the heat race there, but might have busted something a little too much there. So the 70 machine did not make the start. Maybe he'll join us later on. But right now it looks doubtful.
Well, tough break for Davin Cardwell, especially being double points tonight. He may have taken the sandbags out of the race car and gone elsewhere. Right now, we go back to green flag action here at the Knoxville Raceway. St. Clair leads. Look at Sage Luther now working on the top side of the racetrack. Keeper runs low. Then you go back to Ruggiero. Jay Place running 4 and 5. Then Jesse Entigan rounding in 6th position. As Entigan got into the back of Jay Place. And now they go 3 wide with Robert Fletcher to the outside. But you're watching Keeper right now battling with the 44 of John Ruggiero Jr. 2 by 2 by 3, Alex. Oh my, it is on like Donkey Kong early on.
Travis St. Clair right now is your leader. You see Kiefer up top, Ruggiero Jr. up top, Sage Luther on the bottom. You have Robert Fletcher going through the middle here. So again, this track is racy here at Knoxville. It looks like one of the best surfaces we see. But Damien Kiefer now slide job for the lead. The zero machine takes over the lead. Here comes the 13. That's Travis St. Clair. St. Clair goes to the inside here of Kiefer now. That battle for the lead side by side. Here's Ruggiero Jr. in the 44 machine. You see Jesse Enderkin back there. He's battling it out with Robert Fletcher as well. There's Jay Place and Jerry Flippo as well. So there's cars fighting all over. They're almost 3 wide there. But again, keep an eye on that left-hand tower because we cannot keep up with all the action here. 20 cars on track, and everyone is fighting for valuable points.
Yeah, certainly, especially being double points start right now. Ruggiero Jr. all over the back of Travis St. Clair down into turn number 1 and 2. Starting to see the bottom side. Starting to come back in, but so far we are 5 laps into this 80-lap main event. There is still 75 to run. There is a whole lot of time. Alex, there's enough time for drivers to go to the back and to come back through the field, but I'll tell you what, we've got a very, very stout field of competition here at the Knoxville Raceway, the Pro Late Models.
You see we're almost 4 wide there. Sage Luther in the mix there with Jesse Enderkin. They're going side by side. That's for your 4 spot. 3 wide once more. That's Jay Place in the mix there with Jerry Flippo. Robert Fletcher right now behind them. There's Ethan Toder. Chase Hardy going at it there. Those two friends going at it here, trying to make something out of their season debut. But Jay Place right now to the inside of Robert Fletcher. You see Sage Luther now at 26 machine coming back up on Jesse Enderkin. Goes to the inside here. That's the battle for 4th. You see that battle for the 2nd spot. There's Travis St. Clair, John Ruggiero Jr. They're 2 by 2 by 2 back there all in the top 10.
Now, I'll tell you who would be loving this at the moment is Damien Keefer. He's opened up nearly a 1.5 second lead over John Ruggiero Jr. Ruggiero started 6th. And he's made, these guys finished 1 and 2, Alex, in heat number 3. So these boys have really made it, they've made some progress here in the opening 9 laps. Now, St. Clair starting to feel the pressure from Jesse Entigan, driving the number 1 machine for Hunt the front. Now down to the low side, Sage Luther under pressure from Jay Place. As Jay Place moves into position number 6, Robert Fletcher trying to take that away from me right now. But I'll tell you what, Sage Luther, top 5 at the moment. He's done a stellar performance, and he's really shown that he's been able to adapt and basically come from the street stocks and come into the Pro Late Models and just really pick up.
Sage Luther, indeed, that 26 machine holding his own against Robert Fletcher, Jerry Flippo, Jay Place. Those guys who have had quite a story throughout their iRacing career. Some top 5s, some top 10s. You have VLR, Full Throttle Performance, and D1RT right now battling it out with the 26 of Sage Luther. Sage Luther here, this might be a coming out party for him here at Knoxville as he is right now battling it out for a top 5 spot. But you see there is Enderkin. He goes to the inside there of Travis St. Clair, John Ruggiero Jr. starting to pull away, but Brett Wheeler also received word there's somebody in the pits with the microphone. When we go caution, Kenneth Payne will join us from the pits.
Alright, we'll look forward to that conversation as Jesse Edgar up to position number 3. Ruggiero in second. Kiefer runs first. Travis St. Clair goes back to the top. J Place just continuing to roll the bottom side of the racetrack. This track, Alex, is going to get slick like it did in the spring fling race. So right now, well, the pro late models, with the update we've seen over the past 4 to 6 weeks, it's really made drivers sort of readjust to the driving styles.
Become a little bit more difficult for some drivers, but a lot of them said it drives like a real late model here, so it helps out, and you can adjust, you can attest to it because you look in the top 3 right now. All 3 of them have real life late model experience. Damian Kiefer, John Ruggiero Jr., he won at the dirt track at Charlotte last year. Jesse Enterkin, again, that Hunt the Front #1 machine, he has his own experience as well. So again, it might be a true statement there when they say that these cars drive like the real selves.
Yeah, well, iRacing, the simulation, they get it as close to as real life as you could want. Right now, Ruggiero, he made a mistake in turn number 1 and 2. We are 15, now 16 laps into this 80-lap journey. Still 64 to run. Let that sink in. 64 laps left to run. No doubt we're going to see at least another 2 or 3 cautions throughout the course of this 80-lap journey. But at the moment, we have 1 on lap number 1. What lap will the next one come at? Will we see? Alex, let's play over the unders game. Does it come past lap 30 or before lap 30, our next caution?
You know what? It might. Right now, they're all spreading out here, so it might come after lap 30 here. So this might be a long green flag run. It might be the longest one that some of these drivers have been through ever. A 30 lap, that's usually their A main attempts here. So does it affect some of these drivers with their arms, with their ability to keep it focused, keep it running? We'll have to find out here. But again, Damian Kiefer has pulled away here, and lap traffic will become an issue if this green flag still comes out. But Jesse Enterkin holds on to the 3rd, John Ruggiero in 2nd. So again, keep your eye on a lot of these cars.
Yeah, just noticing Jay Place has dropped out. Kept having those virtual mechanical issues there around the Knoxville Raceway. So I'm assuming he's been asked to park it, and unfortunately, we'll see Jay Place credited with a 21st position run. Ethan Toda, Paul Hollander now. They go side by side. Hollander on the top side in the 8. Toda in the 1 machine, down on the low side of the racetrack. This is your battle for 5 and 6, down into turn number 1 and 2 as they close in on your points leader coming into tonight, Travis St. Clair, who drives a 13 machine in position number 4.
And you look at this right now, you look at the top 5. You have Damian Kiefer, John Ruggiero Jr., Jesse Enterkin, Travis St. Clair, and Paul Hollander all in the top 10 in points right now. And with double points night, this can help them out, especially Travis St. Clair. Even without a win, double points means helpful out for that man because Damian Kiefer is in the 3rd spot. He's 16 points behind, as there it is. Your 2nd caution of the night for the feature event is out. So, Brett Wheeler, I was wrong. I said 30, but I was only 7 laps off. So,
yeah, but, I mean, at the end of the day, Alex, it's still an incorrect guess, right?
Yeah, we hear it. Brett Wheeler wins. But UltimateDirtTV Instant Replay is out, and we're going to see the 116 of Chase Hardy. There's Robert Fletcher. There's the 90 machine as well in that mix. And, Chase Hardy.
That's Canadian, the 98.
Yeah, Chase Hardy just going to be wrong place, wrong time as Canadian tried to sneak his nose in there. And the 116 goes around. But Brett Wheeler, with this caution, there's somebody in the pits with the microphone. We tried to get him earlier, but he wasn't there. So let's see, can we reach Kenneth Payne in the pits? And here he is, Kenneth Payne down in pit road. And we've seen you in pits all night here. So tell me, what have you picked up you between Kiefer, Jay Place there in those trailers? Any trash talk and any helpful setup tips did they share before this feature event?
No, I got off late tonight from work, so I was real tired, went in real early this morning, so I didn't have enough time to practice. But no, they were just hanging out. I saw those guys, and I went down to hang out with them, and I didn't see Damien. He was out of town last week, so I figured I'd go by and see him and see how he's doing.
Now, this racing has been great. You see, though, Jay Place is out. Davin Cardwell out as well. So with this one, does this help out Damian Kiefer, or do you see somebody else knocking off that zero machine?
Well, it's going to be hard. It's going to be different. I mean, for what I see, Jay Place, he ran good on Sunday for the Roll to Thunder. He did really good. I mean, from dead last all the way up to, I think, 5th. And, That's pretty dang good. I think he's going to be pretty good tonight. Damien, on the other hand, I think he's going to be good too as well. I'm going to probably go for Damien because more of him tonight, because he's fast and very, I mean, he's always consistent all the time as well. He's another good driver, so I'm going to go for him tonight anyway. That's what I was going to do tonight.
Well, that's coming from the pits. That is Kenneth Payne.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, there we go. We are back underway. Kenneth Payne talking to Alex Robinson. There's the green flag is back out. You see Damien Keeper, John Ruggiero. They go side by side down into 1 and 2. This is your battle for the lead. Jesse Anderson now trying to make it a three-way dance. Look at the left front there on John Ruggiero. It was really up there, biking through the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Will it happen in 3 and 4? No, just a little bit of a bobble there. But look at Paul Hollander, Alex, coming in the 8 machine and putting it to the faster guys right now. Hollander coming.
Caution flag is out, but again, look at these top 5, even the top 10 right there, everyone close together. So that was just, only 3 laps if that got in on that green flag, and you saw the battles already kick right back up. So we're not even halfway into this feature event, Mr. Wheeler. The track's taking a little more wear and tear. It's been feisty so far here, but watch Kiefer, watch Ruggiero Jr., Jesse Anderson. Here's your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Possibly.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. There we go. I found it. The joys of technology, Alex. Wow, okay, yeah. You can understand why no one could see where Schaefer was. All we got to see was what some of the guys seen on the racetrack, and that was a wild and appearing, not a Brent New, but that was a Tyler Schaefer. That was a blinking bullet if I'd ever seen one, Alex.
Oh no, Brent New owns that nickname. As we got to talk to him last week, I want to say it was. Yeah, it was last week. The blinking bullet ended up on a podium there, so it was great to talk to Brent New. But talk about that for a second there. You had Jay Place in the top 10. You had Aiden Beerline picking up his first career win in the Miller Family Trucking Esports League. That started off this week here. We got an instant classic already here with 24 laps in the book when we go back green as we are out. John Rue, no, we're not going to be out for long as Travis St. Clair looked to be involved in a caution there. And there it is. The caution flag is out as that. Oh, boy, that restart there was a little questionable as St. Clair got into the wall hard.
Well, we'll have a take a look here on the replay. Ouch, Hardy involved in that one. Go back and rewind that because I find when I start the replays that I never get a chance to watch it fully, so I'm going to slow this down. I'm going to dissect this for the fans at home that might be going, well, this person's at fault, and they go, no, this person's at fault. Well, I mean, the joys of being race control, Alex, and you know what? I'm going to steer clear of that one.
That's above my pay grade.
That is well above my pay grade as well.
So that is all up to race control of what they do with that one, but the 2 people that we know, the top 3 actually, we know will stay the same here with Ruggiero Jr., Enterkin, and Kiefer. As that's sad news, well, you picked Place to finish in the top 3. He's out. And now St. Clair I put in one of those top 3 positions. He got spun there, hit the wall hard. So now he's in the back here. So Mr. Wheeler, we're in a slight predicament.
No, I get to pick again.
In that case, I would get the pick again. See how this works?
Yeah, no, but my guy's out. Your guy's still on the racetrack.
Oh, here we go.
What? Hey, man, I'm just calling it how I see it.
Okay, well, here, who replaces the 16 of Jay Place in your picks?
Jesse Enterkin.
Okay, so you take 2 of mine. Okay, sounds good.
What do you mean I take 2 of yours? You took one of mine at the start.
Okay, whatever. We get it. Green flag is out, though. John Ruggiero Jr. goes back out in front. Enterkin, Damian Kiefer, Jerry Flip. Take a moment and look at that man. The 13 of Jerry Flippo goes in here. 3 wide. They go for the second spot. That's Jesse Enterkin in second. There in that number 1 machine. Kiefer in the 0. And now Jerry Flippo in the 13 goes to the inside. He takes over the third spot. As now we take it 3 wide once more. You see almost 3 wide back behind them as well. So again, this racetrack very racy as Enterkin gets shuffled back into the 4th spot.
Dude, I want to just take a moment to realize Paul Hollander in the 8 machine. He's up to 4th. He started 19th, Alex. He's passed 15 cars in 26 laps on a very, very slick and difficult racetrack. And we've only seen, 2, maybe 3 cautions of the night. And he is 1 spot out of a podium. I tell you what, he is really moving that number 8 machine.
See that 8 machine up there, but Jerry Flippo as well is up there. Those 2 cars are coming from the LCQ as they're up there, as so did Jesse Enterkin. So right now in that top 5, the only guys to come through heat races is Damian Kiefer, who lost the lead, as now not John Ruggiero Jr., he's back there, as Jerry Flippo now, he was up in the lead, now he's battling out with Damian Kiefer. Kiefer in the 0, Flippo, sorry, I'm reading names very quickly here. Flippo the inside here, the 0.
2 cars out of the top 5 that come from the heat races. Damian Kiefer, John Ruggiero Jr. They finished 1 and 2 in heat race number 3. Everybody else had to come from last chance qualifier. Hollander now looking to the outside right now, and Jerry Flippo down into turn number 3 and 4. Flippo again just rolling the bottom side. Jerry Flippo's done a hell of a job too, from 11th up to 2nd. But Paul Hollander in the 8 machine is Keith stuffed it into the fence, trying to sell some t-shirts. 3 wide, and Paul Hollander looks for the lead down the back straightaway, but he catches a piece of Damian Kiefer instead.
You see, we're almost 4 wide there for that second spot. Kiefer, Enterkin, Ruggiero Jr. going at it, but Jerry Flippo, talk about this man right here. He's had some luck in Knoxville over the past few months. Remember, raced his way into getting into that LCQ for the Spring Fling, and right now he's showing how he won that race, that 13 machine out in front here of guys in the top 10 in points. In Kiefer, Ruggiero Jr., Hollander, Enterkin, Fletcher, all these guys have been there, and Jerry Flippo making his statement here tonight.
Man, Hollander just continues to impress me right now with the way that he's been able to handle this racetrack, handle these drivers. Alex, I'm noticing there is a whole lot of bumps down the back straight. It's almost like a USA International Raceway when you put about 200 laps on it.
Yeah, this track getting a little bumpy here, but we expected this with a long race as we are closing in on almost 35 laps complete. Jerry Flippo, Damian Kiefer, your top 2 right now as Flippo goes to the bottom here. That catfishing mentality for the 13, the 44. Look at Hollander on the top side. Him and Damian Kiefer, the only 2 on the top side here, as it looks like Hollander just, oh boy, there's the 0 into the wall once more, as now Kiefer drops back to 4th, and it enters Flippo, Ruggiero Jr., and Jesse Enterkin into a top 4 contact between the 44 and Jerry Flippo, and now Flippo dropped back to 4th. Ruggiero Jr. takes back the lead.
Yeah, Ruggiero Jr. got into Jerry Flippo down into turn number 3 and 4 and unsettled the 13 machine. Now here comes Jesse Enterkin on the bottom side. Damian Kiefer right through the middle of the racetrack, 3 wide for the race lead. Alex, we are not even halfway home. We are 4 laps away now from being half race distance, 44 to go. And it's the 0 who leads the 44 and the 1. Flippo working back there in position number 4. Still 3 wide for the race lead. Alex, some fantastic racing here at the Knoxville Raceway, the sprint car capital of the world. You knew it had to come at some stage, right?
You struck a nerve.
I hadn't even thought about it all night, just until then.
Well, caution flag is out here as Brett Wheeler strikes another nerve with that comment. But UltimateDirtTV instant replay. Here's Jason Moore. It looks like it might be another case of the wrong place, wrong time for that 8 machine. And yep, it is. Gets a little bump in the back, and the 8 goes around once more, bringing out another caution. And ooh, up in front there,
that was Devin
another
Cope.
car around. Devin Cope around as well. So 2 cars get spun there, and another caution on the racetrack. But Brett Wheeler, I'm going to let you slide on that comment.
What? Look, everybody knows the Knoxville Raceway, Alex, is the sprint car capital of the world.
You know who will disagree with you? And
Or you porch sitters.
And this man has a very good pull in the world. Mr. Calavoda has said it before, and he'll say it again, that Pennsylvania is the sprint car capital. Not just one track in Knoxville, Pennsylvania. The whole state, is, if you want to circle in, it's central Pennsylvania, is the sprint car capital of the world.
You're either high, drunk, or both.
No, I just know my sprint car racing, and guess what? It is in Pennsylvania.
That's because that's all you know. Because you don't get off your porch.
False. I got off my porch. I've gone to different racetracks. They're just not the same. Now, give and take, I will talk credit. I'll give credit where credit is due. You want to watch some good racing at Lebanon Valley up in New York. Heck of a racetrack. A big racetrack. High banks. Very dangerous, but very quick, as Damian Kiefer, John Ruggiero Jr. take us back to the green flag.
Yeah, but it's not. I bet you're not the sprint car capital of the world, because that's where we are here virtually. Ruggiero Jr. gets passed by Damian Kiefer. Flippo now coming after Jesse. Enterkin now. Enterkin rolls the bottom side. Hollander, well, he's gone from selling T-shirts on the top side. Well, he's now gone back to the bottom in 3 and 4, but now he's going to look to slide back up to the cushion once again. Problems for the 8 machine. Look at Chase Hardy, Robert Fletcher, Brendan Freeberger. Nice job by Freeberg. Started 15th. He's up to 6th.
A few cars back there. Look who's back in the top 10, that 13 machine. Travis St. Clair, he is now in 9th right now. So keep an eye on that 13 there. Sage Luther as well. Those 2 cars who were putting on a good show in the start of the race had some early problems, got put to the back because of cautions. Now they're back into the top 10. Keep your eye on those 2. But again, now it looks like a lot of cars coming to the bottom there. They don't want to burn up that top too much, but there's some cars who want to get by you real quick, and they'll go to the top side any day of the week.
Well, your top 4 just starting to move away just a little bit from 5 on back as well. Hollander looks to close that gap there on Jerry Flippo. Alex, we've just passed the halfway stage. We are now 41 laps deep into an 80-lap main event. 39 to go. Brendan Freeberg once again. He started 15th. He's up to position number 6. He's moved up 9 spots. Robert Fletcher, the 77, back there in 7. Chase Hardy, Travis St. Clair, Ethan Toda now into position number 10. We've still got some good racing on the racetrack. Here is a yellow flag coming out, Alex.
Caution flag is out. You know what, Brett Wheeler? I see a question here that I don't know if I really want to answer it. Patricia Payne wants to know, why am I not racing anymore? I'm here every week. I'm here every night.
Well, I haven't touched a racetrack in about a month.
Brett Wheeler, you know why?
Because the official schedule sucks.
Well, besides that.
Well, okay. Well, hang on. Well, that's my opinion. I just don't like the tracks. I don't like Cedar Lake. I don't like weed sport, especially in sprint cars. And I just can't be bothered. You
know what else, though?
Why?
Because we come here, we call the races, and we let everyone who does not have iRacing tune in pretty much every single night of the week.
I gotta check something, Alex. I gotta check something just quickly.
Oh,
no. No, good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I think we are closing in, and I say we as UltimateDirtTV, because everybody that has played a part have done a phenomenal job. I think we are closing in on 17,000 followers. And if I look at it as it stands, we are about 51 away.
So, Mr. Wheeler, you want to know something scary? I joined you back in August.
Yeah?
I've been here for your 15,000, your 16,000. I'm going to be here for your 17,000. This is fun.
Oh, can I play a game too? I've been here since 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, 15,000, 16,000, and nearly 17,000.
You're so special, aren't you?
Yay. Yay. Cakes and pies. Yeah.
I want to die.
I'm actually getting hungry again. Yeah, ready?
Well, you have to wait 40-some. You have to wait a little bit under, maybe 35 laps. Yeah, we're gonna hit 35 laps to run. You have to wait those laps, and then you can go get something to eat, Mr. Wheeler. But you can go over to the Dingus or the Rib Shack and have some fun with Sean Neistat and Jerry Bansico after this race. But John Ruggiero Jr. is your leader. Damian Kiefer in second. Jesse Ennerkin, Paul Hollander, and Jerry Flippo, your top 5. So oh boy, more contact between Freeberg and that looked like Chase Hardy as well in there as the 116 and the 171 make contact. Now both of them dropped back to 12th and 13th here. So keep an eye on those two as they were up in the top 10. But now there's some major damage on that 116. Nick Baum got around him in the 02. So a lot of these guys who were sitting in the back, they were staying true to themselves of keeping their nose clean. And now they're moving up through this field with some of these cars having some damage.
There we go. I challenge anyone to beat that one. Beat 1,213 days. Kiefer Enterkin side by side. Ruggiero Jr., your race leader. Kiefer drives away from Enterkin down into turn number 3. Ruggiero right to the middle of the racetrack we go. Tell you what, Hollander just on the outside of her podium at the moment. And it's still a performance by the 8, but there's still a lot of racing. We've still got 33 to go, Alex. And well, what would normally be closing in on a normal race feature event distance 30 laps, when these drivers have already done 47, now 48 laps, I mean, surely fatigue is going to be close to setting in right now.
There was a comment there from Damian Kiefer during that one last caution. He said he's getting tired here. These green flag rungs starting to fatigue him a little bit as he's battling it out. He's been battling throughout this racetrack for position after position. He was in top spot, then he was in third, then he was in 5th. Now he's in that second spot here. As you look, though, that whole top 5, they've been in every single spot for at least 2 laps. Ruggiero Jr.'s led some laps. Kiefer's led some laps. Hollander is yet to lead some laps here, so keep an eye on him because he's back in that 3rd spot. Jesse Ennerkin has led some laps. Jerry Flippo led some laps as well. So again, all these guys pretty much have led some laps, but watch. This 8 machine will not lead a lap. I'm calling it at 10 to go. He'll come up and he might be able to take over the lead late in this race.
Well, we're going to hold you to that one. We've got 30 to run. Everybody's just starting to spread themselves out at the moment. 3, nearly 4/10 of a second lead for John Ruggiero Jr. over Damian Kiefer. There's Sage Luther, Chase Hardy battling it out. 4 positions, number 10 and 11, along with Brandon Freeberg. So that's a nice little 3-car battle developing to fight themselves into the top 10 positions as Chase Hardy works the bottom side. Sage Luther goes right through the middle of the racetrack. And Brandon Freeberg, he's got the best seat in the house to watch this battle unfold. But Luther just looks like he lost a little bit of speed there. That number 26 machine, well, I guess it's lost its flight path.
As it looks to be a little bit. There's the 171 gets in there. There's Nick Baum. There's Joey Reeder, as we haven't talked much about them in the back there. But look how clean those cars are. They've kept their nose clean here. So with these cars that are a little damaged, some majorly damaged on the back, if that slows them up later in the race, can they take advantage? But guess what? Lap traffic on the horizon there as Devin Cope, Jeff Helton, where are those guys on the racetrack? They are about, a straightaway, straightaway pretty much.
Yeah, a little over a straightaway and probably half a turns 1 and 2. So yeah, quite under half a track, Alex. By the time we get there, I'm going to say it's at least over 15 or 20 laps.
You know what? If this green flag run continues, lap traffic might play an issue later in this feature event, maybe for those last 15. But you see right there's Kiefer. He's holding up. Paul Hollander still holds on to this 3rd spot, but now here comes Ennerkin. Here comes Flippo. Those two catching up to that 8 machine, but the 8 machine has a story to tell. And right now he is in a podium spot. Jerry Flippo as well, that 13 machine. He has looked strong. He has been in the top 5 now for most of this race as he is battling it out with Jesse Ennerkin for the 4th spot. Now Hollander hits the wall. Now he battles hell contact between him and Flippo. Those two now go at it for your 4th spot.
Well, that's probably good for the 1, 2, 3 box trifecta of Ruggiero, Kiefer, and Enterkin. I mean, I'll take that, but I'll tell you what, I'd like to see Paul Hollander get back up there, maybe challenge Jesse Enterkin for 3rd, maybe even challenge Damian Kiefer and John Ruggiero. But as it stands, Jesse Enterkin is 3.6 seconds away from Damien Kiefer, as Kiefer now closes in right now, and John Ruggiero Jr. trying a different line with 22 to go.
And now, talk about where you were back a few seconds ago. Jesse Enderkin in third, Paul Hollander right there. But look who's right behind Hollander and the rest of them. It is at 13, your points leader coming in tonight, Travis St. Clair. He spun on that restart. He is now back into the 7th spot here, going after Robert Fletcher here. He is closing in on the top 5. Again, that top 5 might be able to hold over the points lead here after Knoxville night. Double points here. So, with him up 16 points on the 2nd place car of Damien Kiefer right now, with Davin Cardwell out in 2nd place in points. It's going to come down to Kiefer and St. Clair of where they finish, how many points they get going into next week's race. But right now, we are closing in. We have 20 laps to run. Caution is out.
Oh boy, I was going to say the only night on the schedule is double points night, and happens to be tonight, and probably not the way Davin Cardwell would have liked to have potentially lost this championship, being in 22nd place and not even making the start of the A main. But tell you what, Alex, this changes things right now, because in what was half a second lead for John Ruggiero Jr. over Damien Kiefer, those drivers had close to a 4-second gap back to 3rd place for the likes of Jesse Enderkin, Paul Hollander, Jerry Flippo, Robert Fletcher, Travis St. Clair, Ethan Toda now going to be in that mix. This could just change the dynamic and the way that the finishing result happens here tonight.
You know what? I was looking at the schedule. So double points this week at Knoxville. Next week, we go 60 laps at Kokomo in Kokomo, Indiana, which right now, they're getting ready. They have Indiana Speed Week right now for the midgets. That's always a big thing out there in Indiana. Then we go to Lanier. And then, week 8, it's championship night. 100 laps at Eldora Speedway in Ohio. So talk about the difference of tracks coming up. We have Knoxville night, we have Kokomo, Lanier, and then Eldora. 4 different tracks, 4 different track surfaces. A lot can change in those 4 weeks, and we could have a whole different top 10 in points by the end of this season.
So we've got Kokomo next week, yeah?
Yep.
That's going to be juicy. I tell you what, I'm actually starting to like Kokomo again. Then we go to Lanier. Another tight little bull ring. I think it's 3/8 of a mile, so that's going to be nice and tight. And then season finale week 8 at Eldora. Ooh boy, man, we are in for a wild 3 weeks of racing after tonight.
And now wait for this one. There's more.
Uh-oh.
We're 80 laps tonight for double points night. We're 60 laps at Kokomo next week. 70 laps at Lanier. But here's where the curveball comes in. You talk about the battle, the fatigue. Well, championship night, Eldora Speedway, 100 laps will be on tap for the championship night. So, ladies and gentlemen, you will have to wait a few more weeks to see championship night, 100 laps at Eldora Speedway. If you think racing here tonight is great, for 80 laps, check out 20 more laps on the end of that docket, and we could be in for another burn the house down race. But John Ruggiero Jr. is looking to park it in victory lane here, but he has Kiefer and Enderkin right behind him.
Yeah, there goes Enderkin again back to the bottom side. Kiefer rolls back to the top side of the racetrack. Jesse Enderkin now moves into position number 2, slides up, takes the line away from Damien Kiefer, Paul Hollander, Joe Flippo. Those drivers going to go side by side down the back straight away again. Here at the Knoxville Raceway, we complete a yellow flag as Damien Kiefer just jumped the cushion, and probably a nice little blessing in disguise for Damien Kiefer, because he would have lost at least 3, 4, maybe 5 positions on that one. And we're now 63 in the books, 17 to go. Surely these drivers, we're going to start to see some desperate moves coming out for some of these drivers, Alex.
Brett Wheeler, here's a good question for you. This comes from a longtime fan, pretty much a life dedicated to watching us. She comes out every week she can and every night to tune in and watch us. Patricia Payne wants to know, how long has Ultimate Dirt TV been doing this on iRacing? She asked, was it 4 years or has it been 4 yet?
I want to say December 17, I think. 2017. Hang on. I'll tell you exactly. You know what? Well, okay, here we go. 1,213 days. Let me go to the a boot, as the Canadians would say, a boot. I took it off. Of course I would take it off. But I'm pretty sure... Wait, when did we get dirt? Did we get dirt 2016?
I'm not sure, Mr. Wheeler. That is a good question.
I don't know if we got it 2016 or 2017. So you think I'd know this stuff by now?
5 years ago,
So we got it in 2016.
iRacing put a YouTube video out, #dirt confirmed.
Okay. So we got it 2016, so we might have got 2017. So I'm going to say December 2017 is when I would have launched UltimateDirtTV, or 2018. One of those two. I can't remember. Yeah. Look, I've been around the block a couple of times. That's all I can tell you. But again, take a look at 1,213 days. That's basically when I created the channel. I would have been the first follower.
Put the green flag back out on the raceway here. 64 laps in the book. John Ruggiero Jr. is in the top spot. But look who got back in the third spot, because the Zero Machine once again makes a crucial error that puts him back into the fifth spot. That's Damian Kiefer, with Travis St. Clair right behind him here. So that is right now, we can technically say that is your battle for the points lead here, and that's also a battle for the top 5, with Kiefer in the 5th spot, Travis St. Clair in the 6th spot here, Ethan Toder behind them as well. But there's Paul Hollander, Jerry Flippo going at it for your 3rd spot. Jerry Flippo in that 13 machine now takes over 3rd. Here comes Kiefer, gets in the back of Hollander here. That'll slow them both down, but it might actually help Hollander, as that might have pushed him up a little bit here. But there we go. 8 of Hollander in 4th, Kiefer in the 5th spot, Travis St. Clair in 6th. So keep an eye on all of them. Caution flag out once more.
Starting to see a trend now, Alex, being closing in on, 10 to run. Again, drivers trying to make some desperate moves, trying to fight for the same bit of real estate, but just going back to that contact between Kiefer and Hollander. I guess you could say Kiefer, well, he wanted a piece of that rump steak on the back end of that number 8 machine.
Here's our I'm calling him our informant. Tony is our informant. March of 2017.
Okay, well then it would have been December in 2017 is when I created the channel. And did you actually know that it's going to show up as February? So it actually wasn't going to be called UltimateDirtTV. Now here's a little history for the people that don't know. This was not actually going to be called UltimateDirtTV. I actually had a sponsor that was actually going to sponsor the channel, and I was going to name it after his company and have it, something TV. And as I'd created it, and I did all the work for a couple of months on building the stuff up and stuff like that, and I think we had like 1,200 or 1,700 followers on the previous channel. He calls me one day and says, "Oh look, we're not going to go with it anymore. They're not going to focus on the sim stuff." I said, "That's fine." So I went to go change the name, and Facebook wouldn't let me change the name. So I then had to, in February, after spending 2 months of getting all overlays and stuff like that, I then had to rechange the name and recreate a new page. So from February, I basically lost 2 months worth of work. From December 17 to February 18. Little history lesson, Alex.
Lesson, but also while we go back to the green flag here, the history of all the guys that you have had call on UltimateDirtTV, and you added Ben Shelton to that list with the Spring Fling. You have Gary Vansickle, you have Sean Neistat, Chris Nunn, Wesley Outland. The list goes on of all these guys who have announced announced currently at real tracks, and they've all called on UltimateDirtTV. So, Mr. Wheeler, it just comes down. You have had some very talented staff, and now you're stuck with me.
I can definitely say, Alex, I've been blessed with the current and former people that I've had work with myself and the team here at UltimateDirtTV. We go 3 wide with 11 to go. Fletcher, Travis St. Clair, Damien Kiefer. He's outside the top 5 as he looks to work back inside the top 5 as he gets by Ethan Toda. John Ruggiero Jr., your race leader from Jesse Ettikin, Joe Flippo. How about those 3 drivers? They're just stuck, doing what they're doing, rolling the bottom side of the racetrack. And right now, drivers like Damien Kiefer, Travis St. Clair, they are searching up on the top side of the racetrack. And I'm going to add another name to that list. Benny Bishop has done World Series Sprint Cars here in Australia.
You add him. Also, we got to add yourself because you've called some races in this past season over in Australia. So you get added to that list of all the decorated announcers that we have had here on this series. And on this, well, I don't know what we call it here, but just talk about it for a second of how many we've had and all the great races we have had. The Spring Fling, World of Thunder, VLR. The list goes on of great leagues that we have called. And now tonight, it is the NMRH. Pro late models here at Knoxville. 80 laps were on the docket, and right now we're closing in on 7 to run here tonight.
Well, it is John Ruggiero Jr. Kiefer hard into the outside wall. Look at Jerry Flippo trying to close in on Jesse Entikin, trying to make it a D1RT 1 and 2, but Entikin holds down the second spot in the number 1 for Hunt the front as your top 3 have absolutely obliterated the rest of the field right now. Late in the race, Damien Kiefer, Paul Hollander. Then you go back to Ethan Toda, Robert Fletcher. Look at these drivers. They're going to go 2 by 2 through turns 3 and 4. 6 laps left to run. And Travis St. Clair, he's got a pretty good seat in the house, but no doubt he would want to get up inside the top 5. But a hell of a drive from Travis St. Clair, who had to go to the back and has now fought his way back to the front, Alex.
Now, talk about the problems the Zero Machine of Damien Kiefer has had as, we're getting a little feisty with Ethan Toda now as Toda got and almost pinched him into the wall. Was Damien Kiefer there, but Kiefer right now, he's going a little bit lower as he was fighting that cushion there. That cushion that's just about gone looks to be getting a lot more rough than anywhere else on this racetrack as Kiefer hit the wall a few times. They're paying the price there. As you see now, there's Ethan Toda. He's going to pay the price as well. So if you do not know what you're doing up there, I would highly recommend to keep the speed somewhere else because right now that wall will not be your friend. It'll be your worst enemy. As this comes down here, we are closing in 3 to run as John Ruggiero Jr. passes the start-finish line.
Watching Fletcher hold off Travis St. Clair down through turn number 3 and 4. 3 to run, 1.5 miles to go here at the sprint car capital of the world. Tony, yes, I did email them and try to get the name changed, but they wouldn't change the name for me, so hence why I had to recreate a new page. As we come to 2 to go, we're into lap traffic. Alex and John Ruggiero Jr. will continue to lead from Jesse Entikin and Jerry Flippo. This could get very dicey here in the last lap and a bit.
Dicey, but there's one thing we can note that's not as dusty as it's been lately here at Knoxville, but the flag is getting out, and John Ruggiero Jr. 1 lap around one more time for that 44 machine I mentioned a few weeks ago. Never get to really talk to the man. He never really got on the podium, but now he's been on a hot streak of lately. Down the back chute into turn 3 and 4, 80 laps done, signed, sealed, delivered. John Ruggiero Jr. for D1RT. He is going to win here at Knoxville. It's Jesse Entikin second, and Jerry Flippo comes home in third.
Well, there we go. Your top 3, Ruggiero, Entikin, and Flippo. We'll wait for the official results, but it is now confirmed our 80-lap main event is finally in the books. Double points night. And it's safe to say that, well, the points lead between Kiefer and Travis St. Clair is really going to tighten up as we take a look here at your official results coming up on screen as the fireworks go off and John Ruggiero Jr. wins for D1RT Racing in the NMRH Pro Late Models. Jesse Entikin second, Jerry Flippo third, Damien Kiefer fourth, and Paul Hollander rounds out your top 5.
Robert Fletcher, Travis St. Clair will come back to 7th. Sage Luther, top 10 for him in 8th. Michael Kennedy and Ethan Toda, your top 10.
Brandon Freeberg home in 11th, Joey Reeder 12th, Devin Cope in 13th, Blake Brown 14th, and Jason Moore rounds out the 15.
Baum will come home in 16th. Chase Hardy, Jeff Helton, Matt George, Tyler Schaefer, Jay Plates, and Davin Cardwell will round out your A main results. Mr. Brett Wheeler, are we going straight into interviews or are we going to virtual?
Yeah, we'll go straight in. I'll tell you, you can go down and chat to our winner.
Here we go. Coming home with the win. I swear, I must have struck a nerve when I talked to you in the pits the one night and said we don't get to talk to you much because you've been on a hot streak and you get the victory here tonight. It's John Ruggiero Jr.
Yeah, since you gave me that talking to, I've certainly been running a lot better, and man, it's been fun. That was a good race. I was a little worried with it being 80 laps, kind of how strong out it would get, or how caution happy it would be. But all in all, it was a pretty good race. Had a lot of fun with Jesse and Damien and Jerry, Paul. Man, it was the whole top 5. That was a good time.
Now, talk about this run of lately here. Double points night. And, with Davin Cardwell missing the start here, you came in tonight 9th in points, but double the points. And with the win, this could boost you into that top 5. But talk about it's going to be really close between St. Clair, Cardwell, Kiefer, all this top 10 now. The points are going to shrink, and it's going to get really close coming down to the wire.
Yeah, I mean, I missed 2 weeks, which certainly put me in a hole. And then I found out about this league, and I was super stoked to run it. So, no matter where I wind up, I still had a blast. But, St. Clair's been running well. I think he salvaged like a 5th or 6th tonight. Damien obviously finished in 4th. Evan, I forgot. I don't know where he wound up or if he even showed back up. But it's going to be fun to watch these next few weeks. Keep an eye on them guys and see how the points shake out.
Get the victory here tonight, but you surely couldn't do it all by yourself. Who are the great people to help you park in the victory lane tonight?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you guys for broadcasting and putting this deal together. I really appreciate it. I want to thank Diggs by D1RT for the setups, D1RT Racing, all the guys over there helping out, Matt Logan, Blake Majulis, Joey Filippo, just everybody that helps out each week.
That is your winner here tonight of John Ruggiero Jr. Brett Wheeler. I think you're with our second place finisher.
Yeah, certainly am. We'll chat to Jesse Endigan, who drives the number 1 machine. We had to come from the B main. He started 7th and comes home in 2nd spot. Jesse, congratulations, buddy, on this second place run. Well, that was a long 80 laps. How did it feel in the cockpit of that race car?
Oh, dude, that was a blast. Track was treacherous, and I had a ton of fun, man. It was like a 5-car battle with a blanket over us. I don't know how many lead changes we had that race, but that was awesome.
But how do you stay focused 80 laps? I guess in those last 20 laps, we've probably seen sort of 3 or 4 cautions just sort of creep in after a good long green flag run. How do you stay focused for 80 laps around here?
I don't know, man. You just got to find the line and try to be smooth as you can be. And it's not easy. Like, my eyes hurt right now.
Well, racetrack. Let's talk about that just quickly. I mean, it was slick from top to bottom. Talk us what it was like down the back straight, because from our vantage point,
oh my gosh,
it looked like it was a 120% USA slick racetrack with those bumps.
Yeah, it was bad. Like the first half of the race, I'd say I was pretty much married to the bottom and trying to get off of turn 2 low enough to miss them down the back straightaway. But I realized I was giving up a lot by doing that. So eventually, I just had to move up and go through the holes. Like it was really rough and it was tough to navigate them. You could easily hit the hole just wrong and miss turn 3 because of it.
All right, well, hey, tell you what, good job on second place tonight. No doubt you got plenty of people and plenty of sponsors you want to thank.
Oh yeah, man. Thanks to you guys for streaming it, and these guys for putting on the show. And big congrats to John Rosario. He was just a little bit better, and that was a really well deserved win for him. I'd like to thank all my sponsors: Freestyle Graphics, Robert Sons Aluminum, QA1, Base Racing Fuel, Show and Field Headers, Jones Racing Products, Go Lithium, 3 Trade Consultants, Trading Paints, Law Office of Colin Davis, and everybody on Twitch that watches me.
There we go. Jesse Endigan, ladies and gentlemen, home in second spot. Alex Robinson, you caught up with our third place finisher.
Jerry Flippo comes home in third, and man, oh man, talk about a night of ups and downs. Had a tough start, then comes up, runs, and takes some lead laps there, and comes home with a third place finish. Not a too shabby of a night here at Knoxville.
Yeah, it was decent. Could have been better. but oh well.
Now, talk about the past few months you've had at this racetrack. We watched you on Ultimate Dirt TV a few months ago. Get ready for that spring fling. You raced your way into that LCQ for the spring fling, and then you come into tonight and run up in the podium spot here. But talk about also the battles that these top 5 had with you, because you surely deserve this podium spot after fighting them off.
Yeah, it was a great race for them. It was a little sketchy at sometimes with running top and slider and all that fun stuff, but it ended up well. The top 3 are all on digs, so it's a good night for us.
Night indeed, but man, oh man, this third place finish couldn't be possible without all those great sponsors on the car. So take a moment and shout all them out.
First, I'd like to thank D1RT Racing, Digs by D1RT, ML Performance, and Scooter Black for making all my awesome wraps.
That is your third place finisher here tonight. It's Jerry Flippo.
Thank you.
Well, Alex, 80 laps. We're done. Knoxville Raceway. Have you got any idea who leads the points after tonight?
Not officially, but right now I've looked. 80 laps complete on iRacing, total of 8 lead changes here. So that's between Ruggiero Jr., Jesse Ennerkin, Jerry Flippo, Damian Kiefer, Travis St. Clair. There's 5. So then a few more added in there, changing back and forth. So it's been a fun night of racing here. And it all comes down to that last restart there, because if it wasn't for that restart and Ruggiero making the advantage, Jesse Ennerkin or even Jerry Flippo could have stole that win from him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this race could have gone either way. But, I mean, for 80 laps, I expected probably a few more cautions. But, hey, I mean, tell you what, we had a fantastic showing with these drivers. And they really showed that, that they could put a good long green flag run together and, really show what these guys are made of.
Right now, I don't think double points are added in yet, but without the double points added, Travis St. Clair will still be leading in points right now. You'll have him, Kiefer, and Sage Luther, your top 3. Paul Hollander, Jesse Ennerkin, Davin Cardwell, John Ruggiero Jr. unofficially right now moves up to 7th. Michael Kennedy, Troy Vaughn gets into the top 10 here, and so does Brandon Freeberg. But the story right now, Davin Cardwell will drop to 6th in points after coming in 2nd. That's unofficial, of course, without the double points added in. So we'll have to wait and keep up to date on that one. And ladies and gentlemen, you'll have to tune in next week. Again, Kokomo Speedway, Brett Wheeler, small place. They call the wingless sprint cars a Kokomo Smackdown, but guess what? There's a reason why they call every race there a Smackdown, because it's feisty, it's a small track, and everyone goes down to the wire.
5 letters, Alex. G-Y-T-A-K.
Wait a minute.
G-Y-T-A-K. Get your ass to Kokomo.
Wow.
You didn't see that one coming, did you?
That was a good one.
Yeah. Now, that's not my one.
Wait, time out.
I've seen that from Kokomo themselves.
No, time out. In that case, it would be G-Y-A-T-K.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you put the T before the A. Because I read it down when you were saying it. It's G-Y-A-T-K.
Yeah, same shit, different day.
Absolutely.
I blame Alex for that one. I said it right the first time and he made me repeat it. I'm not good at repeating stuff. Alex. Anyhow, we're going to close this out. I've had enough of Knoxville this week. We'll catch everybody. Thanks to, of course, Cody Nevin, everybody behind the scenes that make all this possible. Kenneth McLean as well. NMRH for what they do, in giving these drivers a place around the course. UltimateDirtTV want to thank their sponsors as well: World of Thunder Esports League, Heatwaves Designs, SRT Australia, FEG Locked On Lads, Spartan Transportation, and SpeedShop51.com. Until next time, on behalf of Alex Robinson and myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell, good night from the real sprint car capital of the world.